All right, y'all. So this is the game plan to make sure you get paid. All right. So I'm gonna teach you everything I know. All right. First thing you want to do is make sure you click the link in the description of this video because you have to be under my affiliate link. So that way I can send you into our free Telegram group with all the other traders. That way you have community as well, and you'll be able to get other trainings and stuff. All right. Then you want to make sure you exit out of this here. If this pops up, come over here to your profile. All right, hit registration, and then you want to fill out this registration information. Okay. Once you fill out this information right here and hit sign up, you'll be in the game, good to go. On the next page, you want to make sure you go to your profile and then upload your driver's license and fill all the rest of the information out that they ask. So that way you'll be completely verified and you're doing legit business. You in there. All right. From there, we'll just continue the demo trade. All right. You do have the choice as well to upload your own photo and all that kind of stuff. All right. So let me confirm on all this. And then we will hit start. Okay. So now your account should be good to go from this point. The next thing you want to do, we want to change this chart so it's not so confusing and weird. All right. So we want to click on this right here. You want to click on candles. Make sure you click enable timer and then click off of that. The next thing you want to go here to indicators tab right here. Click that. You're going to add a few of these. So you're going to add moving average. Just click on it. Click on stochastic oscillator. Click on Keltner channel. And then click on the zigzag. Boom. Okay. So now you're going to have all these on your chart. So now we have to go through the settings and set this up. Once you do this once, you won't have to do it again unless you do it on your demo account as well or your live. You might have to do it one more time. But click on moving average pencil, the little pencil. Change this to 200. We'll put 200 there. Change this to EMA style. Go to style next to it. Click on like a turquoise and do 3px and then hit save. Boom. All right, now that'll look like that there. Then from there, what you want to do is click on Keltner channel right here. Click that pencil in the middle. Change where it says multiplier. You want to change that to 2. Click on styles. And then the top, you want to change to red. The bottom, you want to change to green. All right. And all this is saying is when the candles get up here to the red, you're going to be looking to sell. When they get down here to this green, you're looking to buy. So we have buy and we have sell. All right. So the next thing you want to do is go to zigzag. Keep this exactly the same. Don't change anything of that. Click on styles and just change it to white. Hit save. Then we want to come down here to where it says stochastic oscillator at the bottom. Click on that pencil. Change this 14 to 5. And then click on styles. Where it says 80, we want to change that to 92. And then where it says 20, we want to change that to number 6. Now you can customize these colors if you want, but I'll just keep it the same for now. Boom. And then from here, I think you're pretty much good to go. Everything is now set up. Now, let me explain this over here. So if you look over here, right, this is your timer, right? So in trading, you can make money in 5 seconds. You can make money in 1 minute. You can make money in 10 minutes, 20 minutes. It really depends on how you want to do it. I recommend doing at least 1 minute and above. 5 seconds is cool, but you could turn into gambling real quick, and we ain't gamblers, we traders. You know what I'm saying? So you go here and you just go, or you can click and just delete that and go 0, 0. So that's 1 minute trades. Okay. Right here is the amount you're willing to risk. So if you have $100, you can risk the whole 100, which I don't recommend. I recommend risking small amounts off of it. So $3 to $5 starting out until you get your feet wet. I would say, so let's say we do $3. All right. Now, buy is when you think the market's going to go up. Sell is when you think it's going to go down. So if it goes up, since you're doing 1 minute, if you buy and it goes up in 1 minute, you win. All right. If you sell and it goes down in 1 minute, you win. You make money. Right. Now, just to give you an example of how much can be made, let's say I have $50,000 in here. That will allow me to risk $20,000. Right. I could do a $20,000 trade. If I'm right, I make an extra 20,000. That's crazy, right? So the bigger your account is, the more you can make, but the more you can also lose. So keep that in mind. Don't let your eyes get too big, because I'm telling you right now, you will lose a lot of money at the beginning because you're learning, right? A lot of people, they rush the process. They don't stay in this demo long enough. They ready to put some money in there, and then they end up getting themselves baked up. So don't be that person. Just study, take your time. The fact that you know the skill is good enough, and you're going to be ahead of 99% of people. Trust me. All right. So let's take this off, because I don't want this to confuse you. So we're going to go click these three dots, and we're just going to uncheck this, and that'll remove that. All right. So let me show you what it looks like when you place a trade. Let's say I'm just going to place a random trade. All right. So if you look right here, all right, if it's lit up green, that means I'm winning the trade. If it turns white and it goes to zero, that means I'm losing. Okay. I placed a buy and the market is selling. So this is what this looks like. Anytime you had, and they'll tell you the timer right here. I got 40 seconds left. As long as it stays green for 40 seconds, I'll win money. But if it goes back and turns to white and go to zero, I'm losing. All right. You can also look at that on the chart by looking at this. So you can see where I placed my trade on a buy. The candle is down here. It would have to come above this line for me to be winning. Right now we're getting close to it. If it crosses above it in 17 seconds, then I'll win $3. So let's see. I got 13 seconds left, and it looks like it's starting to go above. All right, got 5 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1, and I just won $3. All right, so you can always click on closed right here, and now I won $3. How simple is that? Could you imagine? If your job pays $20 an hour, you put $20 in here, and every hour or every few minutes, you come in here and make $20. You're making $20 an hour. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the gist of it. Okay. But now let's get down to the nitty gritty. How do I make money every single day? All right. Pay close attention to this. All right. So this blue shadow thing right here is what we call the Keltner channel. The one that has the red line at the top, green at the bottom. That's the Keltner channel. Whenever these candles, these are the candlesticks, these green and red, these are candlesticks. Whenever they come outside of this green at the bottom, and this stochastic is touching down here at this line, which is number 6. When it touches down at that number 6, we're looking to hit the buy button. Okay. And as you see, it did buy and it went up. Okay. Whenever this gets up here at the red, and this is 92, we're looking to sell. Okay. When it sells, we make money. Okay. Now, I will tell you best case scenarios, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays for this strategy. Mondays and Fridays are trap days. Those days can be very tricky because the market is kind of weird on those days. So just keep that in mind. All right. So that's the two main strategies. I'll show you again on just a random pair. Also, we'll click over here. We'll see all of these different pairs. You can click on any one of these, and you should see that same strategy. I clicked on another pair, and check this out. This stochastic right here at the 92, right? And then these candles came outside of the red, and we sell at the top, right? Boom. Hit sell, market came down, we would have made money, all right? So that's the first strategy. Same way at the bottom. They come outside this green. We needed to come outside the green, and we need this to be down here at this 6. If these two things happen, we buy, and we buy it up for 1 minute, okay? Now, one more thing to add. If you come over here to the right side, you click on signals, you'll see these signals right here. We never click copy signal. You never click this. The only thing you're looking at is double arrows. So this is what you're looking for. These are called confirmations. For you, before you take your trade, you need at least 2 or 3 confirmations. First confirmation, these candles, they come outside of this green at the bottom, and this stochastic comes down here to this number 6. That's 2 confirmations. That tells me we're good to buy. If you only have 1, you don't get in the trade. This is 2. The third confirmation would be if you start to see, you see how these have double arrow down? If you get double arrow up with this and this outside, that's a third confirmation that it's a golden trade is ready to go. You know what I'm saying? For you. So you can always use this as a reference. You can just click on signals and always just use that as a reference. Same rules apply up here. If this stochastic hits this 92 and this comes outside of this red line that we set, if it comes outside of it and these given double arrow down, that's a confirmation that the market is going to sell. Okay. So that's one of my favorite strategies. I make money doing that every day. All you got to do is do that exact same thing every single day. And I'm telling you, it works great. All right. So the next thing you need to know is the 4 entry rule. Okay. If you have, let's say, because sometimes it may not go right away, sometimes it may take time. So let's say it comes outside this green and you enter your first trade for 1 minute right here at $2, right? And let's say it doesn't go up right away and it keeps pushing down and now you're losing. You want to at least have 4 trades. Now your 4 trades, you do not need to have them so big in your amount size. So if you have $100, you don't need to be doing $20 trades because that's going to be way too big. Because if you lose all 4, you're going to lose all your money. You don't want to do that. So you want to start out small. First trade, $2, right? If that one's not winning, my second trade is going to be $4. I just double up. The reason why, because if I win this $4 one, I made my money back that I lost right here, plus a little profit. If this second one doesn't go, my third trade is going to be $8. Why? That was an ugly 8, but it'll be $8 because I want to make the money back that I lost. Let's say I lost the 4 and the 2. That's $6 gone. I need at least $8 to make my money back plus profit. So I do a third entry right here, and let's say the third entry went and we was good to go, right? So if I had to get to a fourth, I would do a fourth. But if you don't have to get to a fourth entry, then you're good. Most of the time, your first 2 usually go. If you got to get to a fourth, then you got to get to a fourth. All right. If you lose all 4, you are to be done for the day. That's called risk management. You need risk management. All right. You lose all 4, you're done for the day. Now, I'm telling you right now, on Mondays and Fridays, probably not best to do that strategy because sometimes the market just trends in one direction. It'll just keep going down. It'll go up just a little bit and go right back down, go up just a little bit, go right back down. So Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursday for this strategy, golden. Works really good. All right. So that's strategy number 1. All right. We call that the 10 for the win strategy for the most part. You can do 1 minute, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I usually do 1 minute trades on mine. All right. The next strategy that you want to know is zones. All right. These are my 2 most profitable strategies. So 10 for the win, which is this one. That first one I showed you. Outside this green, stochastic low, buy. Outside the red, stochastic high up here, sell. Simple as that. Keep it simple. Next one is called zones. All right. So zones is like a game of horse. You know, in the game, if you ever played a game of horse, it's a copycat game. Whatever one person does, you do. So that's how the market is. Whatever one side does, this one came up here and it sold and dropped. It came right back up to the same spot, and we do the same thing it did before. That's it. Zones is just copycat. I'm gonna show you here. The market came down, it stopped right here, and it turned around and went up, right? The market came right back down to that same area that it did before. And what happened? It bounced and went right back up just like it did over here. So whatever happens to the left side, you do on the right side if it gets back to that same spot. Let me come over here real quick and explain these pairs. So if you come over here and you click on this, you will see a bunch of different pairs. You got currencies, stocks, cryptos. If you see OTC, OTC stands for over the counter. This is not the real market. Anything that says OTC is not the real market, even though it has like McDonald's. If it has OTC, that means this particular broker owns these and they can manipulate them anytime they want to. That's the truth, right? You can still make money on them, but they can manipulate them. You will notice that if you click on currencies, you will see a lot of 92%, and a lot of those are OTC. The reason why they do that is because they want you to trade those so that they can manipulate, because that's how they make their money. Most people will try to trade these because these are the only ones available. Me personally, I used to trade those. I made money, but they did manipulate me a lot, so I just kind of left it alone, and I only trade the ones without OTC. So you see this one here? doesn't have OTC next to it, this is the real market that they trade on Wall Street. This is the real Forex market. All right. So I trade all the ones without OTC because it cannot be manipulated, but it can, skyrocket and do stuff based on the news, the actual news. So you got to be mindful of that. Um, what you could do is hit the star if you want to just trade the regulars without the OTC. Go down the list, hit the star by each one. Sometimes if you can't find them up here, because they will hide them, they're all the way at the bottom, and you'll start to see them. Just hit the star by each one you can find, right? That way you will know which ones you got. And then from here, all you do after you done found them all, click as many as you can, and you hit favorites. Once you hit favorites, they'll be here in your favorites, so that way you don't have to search for them no more. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it every day. My recommendations: you have your demo account here. Okay, this is where you play. If you want to get to your real account, all you have to do is click on demo, and then you'll have real account right here. You'll click that, and then you can load your money on there. They load money on here through crypto. If you have Cash App, you can use Cash App, but you have to go through Bitcoin on Cash App. All you have to do is look up a YouTube video, how to deposit with Cash App on Pocket Options. Look that up on YouTube. It's a bunch of videos showing you exactly how to do that. And then from there you can do it, but do not rush the process, because the people who rush it, they get in here and they lose a lot of money. So take your time, practice the strategies in the demo until you got them down. You can always click on close trades to see what you won. The ones that you won will be green. The ones that you lost will have a 0, stuff like that. Continue to practice that every day until you feel like you got it. Then put your real money in there, deposit, and get to it. You know what I mean? And I'm here to help. You dig? So this is how we make money, easy money every day. This frees up time. This allows you to take more vacations, spend more time with your kids, buy the things you enjoy and want, and be able to be a blessing and help others financially. So continue to do this. This will help you to beat out inflation. You won't have to worry about money no more once you get this down. It's a long process. It's very simple, but the mental part is the hard part. The discipline, the self-control, knowing when to stop, knowing when not to be impulsive and stuff like that. All that's the hard part. But the easy part is done out the way. We click buy or sell. That's it. Up or down. That's it. You know what I mean? So get this stuff down. If you need help, holla at your boy.